the number of cultural sites in Turkey has increased to 13 heritage lists. How do you do you believe Turkey is successful in protecting and claiming its heritage?
Turkey matters for UNESCO. Indeed, as you mentioned already, there are 13 sites on the World Heritage List presented by Turkey. And yesterday I had the big pleasure in the Museum of Anatolian Civilizations to present to Minister Ömer Çelik the last two inscriptions, the certificates of the last two inscriptions of the Pergamon in its landscape and Bursa, the birth of the Jumal Kazak, the birth of the Ottoman Empire.
We are, as Turkey, fortunate to be able to protect our cultural heritage, but just across our borders, in Syria, in Iraq, in that region, they are not that fortunate to protect their cultural heritage, and there is a cultural cleansing there.
We see part of this humanitarian tragedy, human tragedy, is also the destruction of heritage and culture. For us, they are part of the same humanitarian tragedy. Because when you target the heritage of a people, when you uproot them, you erase their identities. And I think this is what extremists are targeting. Just no history, no identities, and we cannot accept this vision of the world. The dark side of what is happening also there, both in Syria, in Iraq, is the illicit archaeological excavations and the illicit trafficking of objects of art.
In that term, what are you doing exactly? I know you've been working closely with auction houses, experts. Have you ever, has UNESCO found out any, for example, historical monuments or pieces which has been deported, which has been brought to Europe, for example?
The issue of illicit trafficking of objects of art, apart from the conflict, is a huge concern for us. On one side, we have the obligation, the responsibility, because there is a convention adopted in 1970 that prohibits such illicit trafficking. On the other side, conflict in many parts of the world exacerbates such a trade. And the worst, the dark side of it is that with the money, part of the money that comes from such illicit trafficking, terrorism is being financed, extremism. Of course, we're working with a wide range of partners, but particularly, I believe for Syria and for Iraq nowadays, we have a special plan of action. We have organized a number of very important events and partnerships mobilized. We're establishing an observatory of situation with the heritage in Syria with the support of the European Union.